What's up, guys? Sports Estimators back with another video. Today we'll be going over Mexico's heartbreaking loss to Argentina, as well as giving you guys our prediction for Jornada 13 Liga MX, and that will wrap up our soccer video for the week. But let's go ahead and get the bad out of the way first. Mexico was eliminated in the quarterfinals by Argentina. They lost 2-0. I was very disappointed in that game. And there are three certainties in life: death, taxes, and Argentina beating Mexico in soccer.
In a World Cup, eliminating us from a World Cup.
Anything. Because it hurts me to say that as a Mexico fan. It really does. But it's true. Since I started watching soccer, I've never seen Mexico beat Argentina. Not even in a friendly.
I think once, but it was like a meaningless ass game.
Yeah. I think the last time the senior team beat Argentina in an official game was the 2004 Copa America. We'll have to... Somebody can stat check us on that. But
yeah.
From what I recall, that was the last time the senior team beat Argentina in an official match. But this one was disappointing for me because, one, we talked about the expectations that we had for this team. And then two, obviously because we hate to lose to Argentina. But also because it felt like, not to make excuses, but like it felt like Mexico kind of got unlucky, like especially with that first goal. That kind of changed the game. And it sucks because we didn't get to see the best version of Mexico in this game. And for that, you do have to give Argentina credit because they kind of neutralized Mexico. Some of it was tactics. Some of it was obviously the talented players that they have. But it almost kind of felt like, and this is a fan take, somebody just watching it, it felt like the Argentina players had so much confidence, and it was like they felt like, oh, this is Mexico. We always beat Mexico. Like, we're not even really tripping. You know what I mean? And as the game went on, it felt like that confidence just kept growing and growing and growing. Giving up that early goal did not help at all.
Yeah.
But those are my initial thoughts. What would you think?
So right off the bat, as I was, waiting for the game to start, I was looking for the lineup. And I saw that on the outside wing, Garza was starting over Chicha. So as soon as I saw that, I said, why? And it goes back to your original point where you had said, Pep Guardiola with the Barca team, he always wanted to find a way to fit his best players on the field. And I feel like Eduardo Arce tried to implement that as well, where he felt like he needed to add Garza onto the lineup because of, the way he's able to hold down, the center defensive area. But to put him out in the wing,
I think he might have. Didn't he put? Wasn't it either Montiel on the wing?
It was something like that.
Because I think Garza was tucking in.
Yeah.
But you do bring a good point that obviously hindsight is 20/20. But I think Chicha would have, like we saw when he came in, he was playing really well. They even have him as the third center back, bro. That was crazy. I didn't know he had marca like that,
bro.
But we definitely needed, like, from the start. I think it was on the left. It was either, no, it wasn't Fimbres. It was Montiel or,
because Alexis Dominguez was on the right.
Yeah, he had four central midfielders. It was basically Gil Mora, Garza, Montiel,
and
Obed. So I think it was either Montiel or, I think it was like Montiel.
He had one of them, but it's like, why are you... Right off the bat, I was like, I don't like this. Like, I don't like the fact that he forcefully included Garza. I felt like he should have kept the same lineup that he did against Chile and should have played it the exact same way. Subbing out Alexis Dominguez and then subbing out Chicha, wearing down the Argentina's wingers, and then adding a Mauri Morales and then adding in Hugo Camberos, which you could kind of, you could say maybe he should have started Camberos and taking out Chicha, or started Chicha and Camberos and taking Alexi Dominguez out. But everything from the get-go started off wrong, starting with the lineup, and then 10 minutes in, Alexi Dominguez gets injured. We have 10 men on the field, and Argentina get a shot off. It bounces off in Manuel Ochoa's hands, and they get their first goal in. And from there on, it was just downhill. Argentina, no matter what age category it is, they always play us with like balls.
Yeah.
They always fucking flop anytime we touch them. And anytime they go in for a foul against us as in like, Mexicans, because, I'm a Mexican too, you know what I'm saying? But like anytime they go to foul us, bro, it looks like nos pegan con coraje. Like nos pegan like to injure the fuck out of us. And none of these coaches have been smart enough to tell their players, hey, look, go out there and get in their heads. Go out there and don't just win possession. Don't just win possession, but, like hit them where it hurts. Hit them hard when they're not looking, ten colmillo, what a lot of these Argentina teams have.
They did that, but when the game was over, that's how that
bro,
game got
Jesus Christ. And it's like, bro, on a corner kick, yell la concha de tu madre at one of these Argentinian players so they could elbow you and we could get the foul and like just flop, bro. Like, yeah, bro. Like, dude, like, oh, me comí la concha de tu hermana. Bro, like, do something.
Get in their head.
Yeah, but we never do. We always want to be, oh, no, we're better than that. We'll play with class and we'll let them, determine the outcome of this game. We always do that against Argentina, and that was our demise from the beginning.
Yeah, like their mentality is like, say what you want about it, but like it's kind of to be respected because they think like they're the best.
Yeah.
Which is the mentality you need to have,
Yeah.
And it's just like that, like they just have that. It just seemed like they had that like little bro like view of Mexico, like from like especially once that first goal came in, but they just knew how to manage the game, like to your point, like just little details of like when to be physical, when to like get in their head and stuff like that. But
and then anytime they would clear the ball out, bro, you would just see them get up and they would start clapping, they would start getting hyped. Like, tell me when have you seen a Mexican player do that? When have you seen, like, when we clear the ball out, when we kick the ball out,
Briseño.
Oh my God. Hey, shout out to him though. He was a World Cup winner at age 17. So, we need a lot more of that. And I feel like Chicha would have done that. But just the tactics that Argentina always play against us always ends up, getting the best of us. One thing I do want to know too, Tael Jimenez, where was he the whole game? Like at that point,
pretty much, honestly, everybody on Mexico, nobody really stood out. Like who had a good game for Mexico?
Yeah, nobody. Honestly, nobody.
And
but
that's what was frustrating for me too, because like if you're gonna lose, at least lose like in a way where it's like, okay, we could respect that, but Mexico struggled to really create much of anything.
Yeah.
And again, that was kind of part of Argentina's tactics, because once they had the lead, they weren't really looking to score more goals, if that makes sense. They were kind of waiting for Mexico, kind of like in a mid block, and Mexico really struggled to create chances, albeit there wasn't much space. But that's where you need players like Chicha Sanchez that can make the difference, taking players on. You know what I mean? And then when Alexei on the other side went out, it's like you didn't really have that dynamic player on the outside, which is when the game is tight, that's what you need. You need somebody out on the wing to make a difference in the tight spaces. So I think Arce kind of respected Argentina a little bit too much with his 11, because we said in the video prior that we thought Garza would be a good fit because he could tuck in and create a back four. So that was a more defensive approach than what he had been doing, right? Which we agree. But then to not have an offensive threat on the left side, it was just, at that point, it's too defensive.
Yeah.
And then especially when, like we said, Alexei got injured, it was basically like you didn't really have that a player with that profile of like taking players on. Like Gil Mora a little bit, but he plays a little bit more central, so he didn't really have opportunities to do that.
Yeah.
So I was definitely like super disappointed, but yeah, credit to Argentina. I was kind of hate watching them against Colombia a bit, but then I'm kind of like, well, at least if they win the whole thing, we can say like at least Mexico lost to the team that won the whole thing.
Well, the final is Morocco versus Argentina. We beat Morocco. We lost Argentina, and then one thing. Well, the last thing I'll note, and then we could get past this because I'm getting pissed off again. Shout out to Apuntes de Rabona on YouTube. They kind of broke it down after the game.
They went like a super tactical analysis, which was
to watch. It was a good watch, and for our Spanish speakers, if you guys want to watch kind of a little bit more about that and more watch of a debrief, an analytical debrief of the X's and O's of why we lost that game, tune in. But also another thing, one thing that they said was Fimbres, having Garza in there kind of put Fimbres out of position where Fimbres didn't really know what to do, because with that traditional left wing, it gave Fimbres all that whole middle to the top of the 18 to kind of work with to create those bigger chances. And Eduardo Arce just fumbled the lineup because he shouldn't have started. And then if he was gonna start Garza, he needed to take out Fimbres. Like if you were gonna do that, take out Fimbres then, because Fimbres also you couldn't really see, and then you couldn't really see him on the pitch, and that kind of hurt Mexico more than it really helped us, to be honest.
Yeah.
And the 3-4-3 position kind of, again, that was our kryptonite. Playing with that position against Argentina, ended up costing us more than it helped. But if we would have played the same lineup that we did against Chile, we would have been way better off.
Yeah, I think he should have had more offensive players. But like to your point about him, because we said it from the beginning, Mexico's strength is their midfield, and those four central midfielders, they definitely balled all World Cup with the exception of that game. So I think we're being a little bit hard on Arce. I did think, two things can be true. I did think he messed up the game plan for this game, but I also think he did a great job. Sorry, guys, my Steelers are just coming back against the Bengals. Let's go, baby. Pat Fryermuth. I've been telling you they need to get my boy more involved. Finally, damn.
Dang, that was, what is that, like an 80-yard touchdown, 70-yard touchdown?
Around there. 30-30 for all of our football fans. Steelers just tied it with the extra point still to be kicked.
Damn.
And my boy Bozzy's automatic. Please, I hope I didn't jinx him. But anyways, going back to the Mexico game, somebody like Arce did a good job, like all things considered. Honestly think he has like a bright future as a coach. It's going to be interesting to see where he goes, or if he stays, at the youth level. And not to point fingers at anybody, but I did think Diego Ochoa was another player that had a great World Cup, but I think he played a factor in both goals. Because
dejó su marca on that first one.
So the first one, I went back and I watched it, and part of it kind of has to do with playing a back three, because if you're going to play a back three, those three defenders need to be in very good communication as far as like picking people up and stuff. And what he did was he sagged off, trying to act as that libero, but then he left a big space, and then that's where they played the ball in, and then that's where Argentina got the shot off, and then off that shot they scored off the deflection. So if anybody has some insight as to why he sagged off there instead of just staying in that area, because he basically like created space for the Argentina player to receive the ball and shoot. So it'd be interesting to see if somebody, has an explanation that
That's why he did
I don't
that.
know why he did that, because if you go back and watch
Yeah.
it, he literally backs up and leaves all that space. And then that one's a little bit like being a little bit hard, I guess. But the second one, I think, was definitely his fault, because he, as the libero, you're that last man, and in that play, he presses the Argentina player all the way up to like 3/4 of the field when there's already a group of players there.
Yeah.
And so when he did that, he did the opposite of the first play. He was way too aggressive.
Yeah.
And then again, he left that whole space, and then those two center backs, it looks like they kind of hesitated, like, oh, you're going to go or am I going to go? And then that slight hesitation is what allowed that player Silvetti, who's really good, he actually plays for Inter Miami, come in and finish. So it sucks, but like we said, it was everything that we praised Mexico for: being aggressive, playing offensively, taking risks defensively, but it works because you're creating so many chances. Basically the opposite of that happened in this game. But, luckily, this seems to have hopefully catapulted a lot of those players to a European move.
Yep.
If not now, then in the future. But I think Mexico has a bright future, and hopefully those players can develop in the coming years.
Definitely. All right, now moving on to the world's best league, Liga MX.
Yes, sir.
Our bread and butter, some would say.
Think so?
I think so.
Yeah, probably.
I think so. And for those out there that say we don't have ball knowledge, tune in, bro. Maybe you'll learn a thing or two. Because this is definitely where we make our money. But starting off, Puebla versus TJ. Who you got?
I'm picking Tijuana. Puebla has actually won 3 of the last 5 matchups between these two teams. But they're winless in their last 9 Liga MX matches.
Yeah.
So I think Tijuana has been the better team all season. Puebla hasn't really shown much at all. So I'm definitely picking Tijuana. I wonder if Gilmora will play in this game. It might be too short of a notice. But I think it might be fine, because it'll be like what? Like
Almost a week.
Yeah.
We'll see.
They
if
might
he
give
plays.
they might give him the, time,
A
a
week
little bit
off,
of time.
yeah.
But either way, I still like Tijuana to win this game.
Yeah, I like Tijuana to win too, but these, like I've said, these Friday games are always so unpredictable because here's a quick stat. Puebla hasn't lost to Xolos at home since 2021.
But, okay.
So take that with a grain of salt. But Puebla, Xolos have definitely like the better team. They're sitting in 6th place with 20 points. They just came off of a tie with Monterrey. So, yeah, I'm sticking with Puebla. With Xolos, sorry.
Nah, you said it. We got him. I got to catch up. All right, next game. Atlético San Luis versus Atlas. Who do you got in this game?
I got Atlas. Atlas are coming off of a good win.
I think this is the first time you picked them all year.
For real?
I don't remember you picking Atlas.
Nah, I've always had them like on a tie and shit.
Yeah.
Or losing. But yeah, they come off of a good one versus Juarez. And San Luis haven't won a game in their last 3 matches. Free Joao Pedro. He's either going to get, next season, he's going to get signed to either America, Tigres, or Monterrey.
Probably.
We
need a 9. We need a goal scoring 9.
It's the inevitable. So you heard it here first.
Yeah, it's funny because these two teams are basically have opposite forms. Atlético San Luis has lost 3 games in a row, and then Atlas is coming off back-to-back wins. I like both teams to score. I know you're big on that in this game, but I'm actually going with a tie.
Okay.
Because Atlético San Luis is at home, and you mentioned Joao Pedro. I do like them to score in this game, but Atlas has actually scored. They're coming off of back-to-back games with 3 goals. So I think this might be a high-scoring game, and I think it'll end in a tie.
Yeah. And also, I do want to note, Atlas haven't beat San Luis at home since 2021. So I'm going against the grain on both of these 2 early picks. 2 ugly ass games, bro. two ugly ass games that could go either way for Friday, but it wouldn't be a Viernes Botanero without some shitter ass games like this.
Yeah. No, that's true.
Moving on, Tigres versus Necaxa. Who you got?
I'm taking Tigres. This is the game that I had like the least notes on. Tigres is at home. Like I'm picking Tigres.
Yeah, I got Tigres too. I mean, I got a few interesting notes as to why you should pick Tigres. Tigres haven't lost to Necaxa in their last 9 games.
Damn.
Tigres on our 8-game undefeated streak. Necaxa haven't won in 3 games. Head to head, Necaxa has only 2 wins all time against Tigres.
For real?
Yeah.
Dang, that's surprising.
Mm-hmm.
Because Tigres, I mean, I was going to say they've but historically, they haven't been like the most consistent team outside of
Yeah.
I mean, this sounds crazy to say, but like the last 10 years has been kind of like their golden decade. And then Necaxa, their golden decade was the 90s. So I would have thought they would have more all-time wins against them.
Yeah, and I don't know how far back the head-to-head thing was from, but I mean, 2 games. You guys could go back and fact check that, but that's what I saw. 2 games on footmob.com.
Okay, moving on to the games on Saturday. First one is Juarez taking on Pachuca. Who do you got in this game?
7th versus 8th place in the standings. This is a very 50-50 game. Juarez, like I've said, they've been kind of like a sleeper team for me. Did I say Juarez? Yeah. Whoa there. Rip.
Chiapas?
Rip. Juarez have looked like a good team to me. Pachuca, though, Jimmy Lozano is kind of waking up. I think he remembered how to coach again. So I think ultimately this is going to be a tie. This is my tie of the week.
I agree. I actually have a tie as well. Juarez is at home and undefeated in the last 3 matchup against Pachuca, but Pachuca is coming off back-to-back wins, and I think they'll be able to find a way to get a tie because Juarez is tough, especially at home.
Yeah.
But Pachuca's looked like a different team these past couple weeks.
Yeah.
Especially with like Ener Valencia,
Oh, yeah. Ener Valencia gave him a lifeline, bro.
Yeah, he did, for sure. Moving on to the next game, Santos is playing against León.
This is the game where I have no notes. I'm just going off the vibes. León to win.
So, León, yeah, I got León to win too. León is only 2 points ahead of Santos in the table.
Oh, shit.
Isn't that crazy? Because
that is crazy.
Given the season that Santos has had, you would think that they'd be like way more behind than León, who, they haven't had like a great season, but they've kind of been like a mid-table team, And I feel like I don't think we've seen the best from León yet.
No.
So, having said that, León is actually winless in the last 5 Liga MX matches. Yeah. But I actually think that'll kind of play to their benefit in this game because I think they'll be the hungrier team. I think they're the more talented team. So I'm picking León in this one.
And Nacho Ambriz as their head coach. All I've ever seen with Nacho Ambriz behind León is success. So I'm just going off, like I said, the vibes. Sure. So taking León.
Piggybacking off that, next game, Toluca versus Querétaro. Toluca. Just off vibes. I don't know if you really want to.
No. I mean, one thing I do want to know, Toluca have scored 13 goals in the last 3 games. That's fucking insane.
Yeah, Toluca's... they're probably the hottest team in the league right now.
They are. But moving on. Monterrey versus Pumas. 2 fucking teams that could go fucking Monterrey are good sometimes. Sometimes they're bad. Pumas are good sometimes. They've looked like shit lately. But ultimately, who do you got?
I'm going with Monterrey. They've had Pumas' number in recent matchups. They've won their last 4 against Pumas. And Pumas, they're coming off of 3 straight losses. And Pumas hasn't played well away from home all season. I think Monterrey is just too talented for them.
Yeah.
They're at home. I'm picking Monterrey.
Also, an interesting stat. Pumas has never beat Monterrey in that new stadium. That is just like almost 10 years old and they've never won there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because I mean, Pumas hasn't been good.
no.
Like actually, like legit good.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think they've made it to the semifinals like within that 10-year time period, but like they haven't had like a legit team where you're like, oh, this team could win it all. You know?
Pumas?
Yeah.
No, they went to the final when they la remontada que nos dio. Remember the 4-3 when we were up 3-0 and then they came back and we lost to them 4-0 in
What?
2020.
That was 2020?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
I feel like even that year though, they were like a surprise team. Pumas. Like I don't think did anybody really think they would win it all that year?
Who
You
did
know what I mean?
Who did they play against? Oh, it was against Leon.
Oh, okay. But
I think Pumas fans thought they were gonna win, but I mean,
Yeah.
outside of that,
But I'm saying
honestly,
they-
I think I did have them winning because of
Really?
the fucking ass whooping they gave us.
I mean that's not saying much, but I'm just kidding. You guys were still in your chalking era at
Yeah,
that point.
yeah,
But I mean like I guess I mean Pumas hasn't had like a very talented team or like a team with like a bunch of stars
Oh,
in a
yeah,
while,
no,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
no, yeah.
But moving on, another game where it's just like vibes. Chivas versus Mazatlan. I'm picking Chivas. I don't have like much to add to that.
The only thing I got to add to this is that Chivas have been playing exceptionally well. I think going further, going back beyond the America game, I think Chivas knew they were a good team when they barely lost to Cruz Azul. I do think
Here we go.
I do think that off of that game alone, Chivas said, "Hey, I think we have something here."
So you're saying losing to Cruz Azul was their...
Was like, oh, but it's because this is gonna
So they
pain.
lost to Cruz Azul and they were like, bro, we're good.
They were like, we can be better, and we're almost there. And I think
Okay.
everybody kind of watching them was like, they have what it takes, but they just haven't figured it out themselves yet.
Okay.
So
I can see that.
And then we obviously saw them winning off of America. Gave them like, it was like when like somebody's having a heart attack and you just fucking you shock them. Like
That's
what
the effect they had on them?
that's the effect that this win had on them. And I think moving forward, Chivas' schedule from here on out is pretty easy. Their only tough matchup is the last game of the season, which is going to be versus Monterrey. So I think you could pick Chivas to win from here
What do
on
you
out.
think their ceiling is this season?
Repechaje, making
Oh,
it
really?
to repechaje, and then from there, since they're a very young team with the coach that's not gonna know what the Liga MX is. I mean quarterfinals maybe, but I'd be very surprised if they make it to the semifinals because
Yeah.
I mean,
Because if they make it to the semifinals, that means most likely that either América, Monterrey, Cruz Azul. Well, yeah, either América, Monterrey, Cruz Azul,
I think
or
it's just
Tigres. Would have not made it to that
Yeah.
point, which is like,
and I don't see them beating any of them.
or Toluca.
I got to look all the way to the final.
Yeah, bro. Like, okay, yeah, that's.
And the way that things will line up, I think Toluca would have to play Chivas. So
Yeah.
belt to ash right there. And Alexis Vega.
Oh yeah.
Alexis
Well,
Vega.
that's funny because I do agree that that America, well, I guess Cruz Azul was like your wake up call, but with the exception of that Toluca game, because Toluca freaking dog.
Oh, that is true. Yeah.
That was like pretty much like their only like bad performance. But
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen Toluca do that to everybody, so
Yeah.
that's more of a reflection of how good Toluca is, and not necessarily Chivas being bad.
Yeah.
But moving on, game of the week. Chuy versus Chino. Cruz Azul versus America. Cruz Azul is actually favored to win. Plus 150. Hail Mary, Aaron Rodgers. Oh,
that shit was close.
damn, my Steelers lost. That was close.
That was a good icy hobble.
It was.
That was a good one.
All right. Fuck the Bengals. This is gonna be a very interesting game, obviously, because we know these are two of the most talented teams. I think these are two of the teams that everybody kind of sees being in the last four. Nobody would be surprised if either of these teams is in the final by any means.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see how both teams show up to this game because they basically had a bye week,
Yeah.
So I think I think you might see like their best, their team's best,
Yeah.
especially since, we've seen these teams match up recently in the playoffs. Both teams know that they might play the other in the playoffs. But for this particular matchup, America has won 3 in a row, while Cruz Azul hasn't won in their last 3 games. I think they're pretty evenly matched. At times, they both... Well, Cruz Azul almost always plays with 5 in the back, but America have proven they can play with 5 in the back. So tactically, they're similar as well. For that reason, I'm going with the tie in this one because I do respect Cruz Azul. They're at home. I think that'll be the difference, and that's why I'm going with the tie.
Okay. I respect it. I thought you were going to be disrespectful, but I respect it.
I mean, if I pick them to win, that's not disrespectful.
Nah, that is.
How?
Because you guys have just been our kryptonite all these years.
Oh, I thought you were saying like...
And you just wanted to rub it in.
Oh, no. I've always respected Cruz Azul. I've never given you...
You haven't, which is...
Bro, honestly, I feel bad. Quick side note. So, obviously, me and Chino have been friends for, like, what, damn near 15 years?
Yeah.
What, like 2011?
Yeah. Damn,
yeah.
that's long as time.
What are we? Damn near 15 years.
Yeah, it is 15 years. God damn.
But, so we've been friends for a long time. And there was a point there before, I think it was La Remontada against Pumas, where, like, honestly, like, it wasn't even funny anymore for me to see Cruz Azul choke. Like, I genuinely just felt bad. Like, I was like, bro, there's no way. Like,
everybody was cooking my shit.
I remember, like, just saying, like, bro, nah, I just deadass feel... Like, this isn't even funny
and
anymore.
you would say that, you would be like, nah, bro, I'm sorry. Like, you would take in the group message, like, bro, I'm so sorry.
Like, and then with America, too, like, whenever we would play, because there was, obviously, the 2013 final. That was, like, one of the most... heartbreaking losses that I've seen, and I'm like, dude, like,
you were on the opposite end of it.
And I was like, dude, I'm so glad, like, I was so happy. That's probably one of my favorite wins ever because of the nature of it, not because it's Cruz Azul, but I've sympathized with, like, just, as a fan, if that would have happened to me, I would have been sick. I actually know we have a mutual friend who told me that one of his uncles is a Cruz Azul fan, and he actually, like, got sick from watching that final. I don't want to say who because I don't know if they're comfortable with me saying it, but I'll tell you who later. But
I think I remember.
And so then I felt kind of bad about that. I don't think I ever rubbed that final in.
Nah, you didn't. You were... I think because it was like going into the no, we weren't out of school yet. We had like 2 weeks left. But yeah, no, I remember you being hyped though.
I was hyped.
You were like, you guys fucking choke, blah, blah. And bro, I was just so like, at that point though, I was used to it.
I think, if I said some shit, I think it's because you might have already been celebrating.
I was. Oh my God. I think, bro, this is how far back this goes. We were on Kick during that time.
I'm dead.
We were on Kick during that time, so I was like, talking shit on them. Bro, we didn't have a group message then. Oh my God. I was used to it though, bro. I was just... You've been the more respectful America fan out of any other ones because, bro, oh my God.
And then also, too, the 2018 final.
Oh, yeah.
I was scared for that final because I was like, bro, this is the revenge for 2013. Like, I was so concerned. And then, like... I remember after that, I started feeling like, that's when I started feeling bad. I'm like, damn, bro, like, that sucks. We beat them again in the final. They haven't won. Like, this sucks. But it was like, I honestly just started feeling bad after the remontada because I'm like, bro, that's like, how the hell did they give up that lead? Like, I was just in disbelief. It wasn't even funny anymore. Like,
yeah.
With the Clippers, like, I still think it's funny. But with Cruz Azul, I was like, enough is enough.
Oh, my God.
I'm tired of seeing my boy like this.
But after that, we went on to win the championship the following season. And the Cruz Azulada is buried. There's no more Cruz Azulada. And we've seen that this season because anytime that you think we're going to lose, we always come back, we tire, or we get the dub. So I have Cruz Azul to win. But not only do I have Cruz Azul to win, I have Cruz Azul to win and break the record that Pumas has in CU. There is Cruz Azul in CU. If they win or tie, it'll be 23 games undefeated in that stadium.
Damn.
Pumas holds that record dating all the way back to 1980. So us being there for the past 6 months, we're already gonna break that record.
Bro, that's crazy.
That Pumas held.
And we're unks, but we weren't even thought of being born at that.
Hell no. So yeah, and also Cruz Azul hasn't lost to America in that stadium. We're 2-0.
Okay.
So
wait, Cruz Azul hasn't lost in that stadium?
To America. Well, and we haven't lost in that stadium. Well, since we've
in Cruz Azul Stadium.
No, in Seúl, because we're playing at Pumas Stadium.
Oh, okay. I was thinking Ciudad de los Deportes because that was your guys' stadium, and I'm like, bro, we just.
Bro, and you guys kicked us out of our own fucking stadium, bro. That shit makes no sense.
That is kind of crazy. That doesn't make sense.
I don't fucking know.
It's Mexico, you know.
It's Jesus Christ. Well, I think we're gonna kick out Pumas from that stadium.
So you got Cruz Azul winning this one, huh?
I do got Cruz Azul winning this one.
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised, but...
And we haven't won our last 3 games, so this is going to be our bounce back of the season. Once we beat America, we're going to be firing on all cylinders. We're going to be looking damn near like the champs. We're going to be looking like Toluca.
Really?
I haven't been talking shit because, I always get disappointed in the end.
Yeah.
But I'm so close, bro. I'm so close.
Well, if Cruz Azul wins, then they would leapfrog America in the standings. So Cruz Azul is currently sitting 4th with 25 points. America is 2nd with 27. So you guys could climb all the way up to 2nd place with this win.
Mm-hmm.
Just depending on, Monterrey and then... But yeah, honestly... I mean, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm going with the tie, but
It'll be a good game.
I think we didn't. It sucks we didn't get to do a season preview for Liga MX this season. But I think, if I'm being honest, I think if he would have asked me at the very beginning who I thought would win, I think I would have picked Cruz Azul at the beginning of the season, because I didn't think Toluca, which was true for the first half of the season, I didn't think Toluca would be able to keep up that momentum. We're starting to see them pick it up, and I think Cruz Azul. I think they're due for another one because they have the deepest roster in the league, I think. Monterrey probably has more top-end talent now, but I feel like you guys, if you guys make, a second 11, that'd be, the best second 11 out of any team.
Yeah. And also, we just lost to you guys in that previous final in the Anselmi era, but you didn't really rub that one in my face. It was more so of, we got robbed. And I think you kind of agree.
Oh, I forgot. They want to get... Bro, I had forgotten that they beat in that one. I don't think they got robbed, though. Bro, that was a PK. That was a PK. We could talk about it. Remember when we were talking... So me and Chino have this group message with friends. Same group of friends, also from freshman year.
Yeah.
And one of my homies, he's a Chivas fan. He was saying, bro, this is what I mean. America always gets help. And then he was saying that, he basically, looked for the contact. And I'm like, bro, he slides. And in that situation, I'm like, what do you want him to do? Avoid the contact?
I mean, if Cruz Azul were to do that to America, I'd be like, yeah, that was a PK. And then, following last May...
Oh, yeah.
The fucking... No, wait. No. A whole ass year ago in December, when we played you guys in the fucking semifinals. The Amaury Morales banger.
I was like...
Oh, my God, bro. I couldn't even celebrate it, bro. Actually, I did celebrate it. And then reality struck.
Bro, that game was crazy. That's another one. Another last minute down. Sheesh. Sorry.
Bro, and then in May.
Sorry, Chino.
And then in May, bro, in fucking May, when we Kevin Mier with that PK. It was like, again, the player was looking for the contact, and I mean, they just did what they had to do to get the PK. And you guys prevented me from attending that final.
Damn, that's true. Fuck.
I was going to go to that final, bro. I was already buying my ticket. Like, fuck it, let's go.
But see, you did it again. You jinxed yourself.
I did jinx myself. I got too ahead of myself.
Yep.
I was over there telling all the little cousins, like, oh, yeah, I'm buying you guys tickets to go to the game.
Hey, but now you're...
Now I'm not going to...
No, now you're CR7.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I am. Every time.
And it's been working for you.
It's been working for me, and like I've said...
But sometimes you can't help yourself.
Oh my God. Sometimes I get a little horny, bro, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, bro, I wanted to spaz on the homies when they were saying that Cruz Azul was finished. And they were lucky I was occupied with that party, because when I saw we were losing 1-0 against Tigres, I was like, bro... I didn't even bother replying. Like I just was just laughing at the stupid shit they were saying, because I was like, these fools are. I'm gonna just let my team do the talking, and they came through for me.
It's been working for you.
It's been working for me, and I'm not gonna really say much, but I'm gonna just say, I'm gonna just go with the vibes.
So Toluca's a favorite.
Toluca's, I see them winning the league though.
Okay. You've learned.
It's gonna be very hard for us to win. I don't know how we're going to be able to win that final against them. Like I said, and I said this at the beginning, I think Mohamed fucking baited us. He wanted to see the best way we'd win, because I'm pretty sure he probably thinks we're going to see them down the line in Liguilla. And he wanted to see what way we'd beat them. That way, when we match with them again, he'd be able to know how to strategize against us.
Maybe.
So, which is the way I'd coach too. Like I'd say, like, okay, we're gonna play a Clásico. We're gonna play against a hard team that looks like they could be a candidate to the final. I'm gonna sit on my best players. Let them, figure it out. That's how I'd play as a coach. And then
thinking 3 steps ahead.
Yeah. Like if you.
I mean, that's good, but then you also got to worry about like actually, like winning games. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But we do win games, because I know the talent of my squad. Like if you were to make me coach Chivas right now, I'd get them to the final.
For real?
Easy.
What would you change?
Starting with management.
No, but like what tactical or personnel adjustments would you make to what they've been doing?
I can't tell you, because what if they tune in?
You don't want to give out your...
I'm not going to give it away.
All right.
Because what if I take over AV Alta one day? Like, I don't want to give up like the recipe to my success, because then I'm gonna see. Because okay, we've seen it before. There's other podcasts in this space that have taken my ideas. I'm not gonna have a potential coach out there take my ideas and coach his team.
That's a conversation for another day.
Yeah, fuck those fools though. But
fuck, that's funny. Well, there we go. The answer to Chivas struggles is Allen,
your boy. Hey, and I'm Mexican too, bro. Full on Mexican. You guys have to worry about an American coming in there and taking over.
Yeah, that's true. But you know what's funny, Chivas fans? Real quick. One thing that annoys me about Chivas fans is that they're the first to brag like, oh, we're 100% Mexican, which that's not even necessarily that true anymore, because with Cal and all that.
And the Peruvian guy.
They're like, oh, like, yeah, they like brag about it. But then they're like, they complain that America signs a bunch of foreigners. It's like, bro, so then which one is it? Like, you can't brag about being 100% Mexico, but then use that as an excuse for why you guys don't win. You know what I mean? And
they've only won 3 championships in the past 28 years.
Damn.
And you're considering yourself a grande? I think they're tied almost with Pumas winning like that many trophies. Well, and Cruz Azul too, but like at least Cruz Azul's always fighting for the number 1 spot, and we're always in finals.
Making finals, yeah.
We're always making finals. We're always contending. Chivas, it's like Chivas, first of all.
Chivas
should have descended.
Oh, yep.
And then, magically they make that fucking rule that they no more ascenso descenso.
Chivas, since we're talking NBA today, Chivas are the Boston Celtics of Liga MX. they've won all their championships like way back in the day, and they've only won like a couple in the last couple decades.
Years. That's true.
Because think about it, the Celtics won
Mm-hmm.
in 2 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and then they won in 08. And then after that, or like prior to that, they hadn't won since the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And to your point about Chivas, 3 championships in 28 years, that's not a lot.
And also, one thing that fucking annoys the fuck out of me of Chivas fans, their infatuation with Matias Almeida. Like, bro, get over it. This story is like, it's been over. That fool's not going to come back. That fool's not going to fix your squad. Get over it. Like, Anselmi could have been the best coach ever. He could have won us all these trophies. I'm
Anselmi
over
or
it.
Almeida?
Oh, what the fuck? Give me Anselmi. Bro,
Almeida won a chip, though.
Anselmi single-handedly changed the way Liga MX soccer is played. Everybody started playing with the back five. Everybody. Even America, even Jardine, one of the best head coaches in Mexico of all time.
He was one of like the first people to... I think he did kind of start that trend.
He started the trend. And
in Liga MX.
And one thing that I'll know, Cruz Azul's front office, we're destined to win championships. I don't know when it's going to happen, but it's going to happen soon. Because top to bottom, they're like with our cantera, we're coaching these kids with a purpose. We're not only implementing a style of play, but there's a system to our greatness. It's not just, bring me a new head coach and let him figure out, the tactics. It's, no, this is our style of play. This is the way we're going to play. And we're going to recruit players that whenever we sell this player, we're going to be able to bring this piece in. And
with like the same profile characteristics.
Like, look at our porteros. Kevin Mier and Emmanuel Ochoa. Damn near basically the same person. Emmanuel Ochoa plays pretty good with his feet. Even though Emmanuel Ochoa is pretty raw, though. But once he starts getting a little bit more exposure, you could probably have him up there with Kevin Mier. So, like I said, if Chivas really want to, see greatness, hit my line, at Sports Estimators on all socials. I could give you guys a formula to success. But the first person I'm getting rid of is that dumbass motherfucker owner. What's his name?
Is it Amaury?
Amaury. That motherfucker gotta go.
I can't fire the owner.
I'm gonna buy the team.
And on that note, that wraps up our soccer video for the week. Recapped Mexico's loss, unfortunately, and our predictions for Liga MX Jornada 13. As always, thank you guys for watching. Please like, share, comment, all that good stuff. And we'll be back next week with another video.
And remember, we do know ball, but don't quote us.
That's right.
Peace.